And lastly, we're going to bring our attention up to the cervical spine, to the neck. And we're going to just do some gentle rolls of the neck here. Again, you just honor where you are. If, again, any of these movements don't feel appropriate for you today, just focus on long, deep breathing. Otherwise, we're going to draw the chin toward the chest. And then slowly draw the right ear toward the right shoulder, rolling up halfway. And then we're going to roll back down through center and roll up the other side. So now you can continue just like this, rolling up one side and back over to the other, nice and slow. This one we don't do fast. This one we take it easy and we do it nice and slow. If you have the range of motion in the neck, you might make a full circle and rotate all the way around. It is natural when doing this to notice or hear or feel little snap, crackles, and pops in the neck when this happens. And that's normal. Those are just oxygen bubbles that are trapped at the base of the neck that get released through the movement. It's kind of similar to cracking a knuckle. If you are making full rotations, take a moment to reverse directions and take a few the other way as well. As you're ready, next time your chin comes down to the chest, reset your head back to a neutral position. Start to close the eyes. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. And we're going to start to bring our attention inward now to our breathing. So we've taken some movements here to release tension and improve flexibility and increase energy along the spine. And now we're going to bring the attention inward. We're going to notice the breath. We're going to focus here on the breath, and we're going to use some counting to help us focus. So we're going to inhale for 4 counts, and we're going to exhale twice as long for 8 counts. Just going to start there. Let's do a few together. And it takes some getting used to. So don't worry if you don't get all the way out on the exhale to the 8 counts. No problem. We'll just do the best we can. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue counting at your pace, breathing in for 4 counts and out for 8. Taking a few more like this as we get used to this practice. Now you can continue just like this, or you can try adding one more element, which is holding the breath between the inhale and the exhale. So you can continue, your choice is to continue just as we did, inhale for 4, exhale for 8, Or if you'd like to practice and explore holding the breath, we call it breath retention. We're going to inhale for 4, hold for 7, and exhale for 8. If you want to give that a try, let's do a few together. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, holding it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Release slowly, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, in, 3 and 4, holding it, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more together, breathing in, holding it, and exhale. Take a couple more, counting at your own pace. At the end of your next exhale, you can let your breath be natural and easy once more. Take a moment to notice how you're feeling. And now we'll move into a brief sensory meditation where we're going to pretend for just a moment as if we are babies that have just been born. Just imagine for a moment that you're a baby who has just been born in this body and you have never before taken a breath in your entire life. And this is your very first breath right now, right here. Take a moment to feel it. And now pretend you have no words. You've never experienced this world before, but you're discovering your ears, and just start to notice sounds around you. Whatever the sounds may be, you don't have to label them or describe them. You're just listening, just hearing them. Sounds that come from within the body, sounds that come from the room around you, sounds that might be coming from farther away. Take a moment to notice the air coming in at the tip of your nostrils. Notice that the nose can smell. Move your awareness into your mouth. Notice the tip of your tongue and how the tongue can taste. Noticing the taste inside the mouth right now. Staying in the practice, let your eyes open about halfway and just gaze down at the room in front of you as if it's the first time you've ever laid eyes on it. You don't have to know what you're looking at, just look. Just be here looking. Noticing shapes and colors, light and shadows. Take a moment to look down and notice your hands. And again, you're discovering it for the first time that these are your hands. You might take a look at them, both sides. Let your hands just gently turn and come to rest on anything in front of you. It could be any object in front of you, it could be down in your lap. And just notice the sense of touch there, what that feels like. And if you feel inspired and you'd like to place one hand over the center of your chest, your heart center, and the other hand over that, you can just notice what it's like to give that little bit of care, a moment of connection to the self. And then you can relax the hands down. Take a moment to notice how you're feeling now compared to how you were feeling when you first joined our call today. And when you're ready, you can start to blink the eyes back open and bring your awareness back to our group so that we can close out our time together. So these were the practices we just did, just examples of body, breath, and movement practices. And, for each one of us, it's going to be a different experience. If anyone wants to drop a note in the chat of how they're feeling or what that experience was like for them, some things are going to work better than others. Um, but it's always important to reflect and notice. Hopefully, there was some opportunity in there for you to feel a little more connected to the self, to this moment, to slow down. I'm going to leave you all with some resources here and some additional things to think about. So a lot of modern mindfulness work comes from work that was started by Jon Kabat-Zinn, who did a lot of some of the earliest and extensive research on the effects of mindfulness. And he talked about key attitudes that we cultivate by practicing mindfulness. And so I want to share these with you, and I'll leave you you're going to have this slide deck. And it's going to be, there's a video here that will talk about these attitudes if you want to learn more and go deeper with it. But when we're practicing mindfulness, we're not judging ourselves and we're not judging the world around us. We're releasing all judgments. We're letting the world be as it is right here, right now. We're practicing patience, slowing down and letting ourselves be where we are. If we're stressed, that's okay. If our mind is racing, that's okay. And be patient with ourselves. We bring a beginner's mind, which is exactly what we just did when we pretended we were babies. We meet experiences with fresh eyes. We bring an attitude of curiosity and wonder. We bring an attitude of trust. We trust ourselves, our inner wisdom, our inner knowing. We're non-striving. We're not trying to create peace. We're not trying to achieve a specific goal. We're not trying to be anything. We're just allowing what's there to be there and see what arises by allowing. We practice acceptance of ourselves. And we practice letting go of the things that don't serve us anymore. If there are thoughts that keep coming up that are harming us, we let them go. We give ourselves permission to let go. And we practice gratitude, practicing remembering the things in our lives we can appreciate in any given moment. And we practice generosity, giving of ourselves and our hearts to ourselves and to others. So these are the practices, the attitudes, and like I said, there's so much more. This is just a little taste. There's a video here for you if you want to learn more. There are more of the kind of benefits for parents and caregivers, as well as resources for your family, for you and your family. We have a mindfulness website in MCPS because we incorporate mindfulness practices across our schools in various ways, giving students an opportunity to slow down, to connect with their breath, to connect with themselves. We also have a mindful moment video series, which I just want to recommend in case you do want to practice more at home. There's an entire set of videos here that are all range from 10 to 20 minutes long with different practices. So if you want to practice either for yourself or with your children, these were created by MCPS staff members. If you scroll to the bottom, we have a Spanish language series, video series as well. Thank you so much for all your time.